you.
Oh, okay.
Going live. And usually it says going live when we're already live. It says we are live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Teacher Kasie, and I'm here with my friend Jillian. Hey,
Hi, everyone.
Jillian. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. So I have the live chat up. So if anybody has questions for Jillian or for me, just put them in the live chat, and we will get to them. So wow, it's been such a busy week. I think this is or busy month. I think this is the first time I've gone live on my channel in a little while. So I'm glad to be back and waiting to say hello to all of you. Say hello, put your name in and where you're tuning in from. So, hi, Jillian. What are we here to talk about today?
All right, so we're going to talk about my CoolClass, which is a cooperative for online teachers.
Yeah, I'm super excited to learn more about it because I've never even heard of what a co-op is for.
Yeah, so it's new for me too. I am not, I kind of knew about what they were, but I wasn't super familiar with it. So,
Right.
um, I was previously a mentor for one of the companies, and I have my YouTube channel. I've got I got a small following of people. And
Cool.
occasionally they will send me messages like, "Hey, check out this new company, check out this new company."
Hmm.
And honestly, usually I don't even really look into the companies because there are
Right.
so many companies, and it's just like I'm not interested in learning about new companies. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I work for Outschool right now. Um, I'm happy with the money I make without school. I'm not interested in going and learning something new.
Right.
And these new companies generally, like, they come and they go. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really, there's nothing too different about them that makes them stand out from the other companies,
Hmm.
except they're a different group of people trying to make money, but they're basically all the same. And
Right.
um,
I mean, I am thankful that people reach out to me and want to give me these new ideas. But on the other hand, I agree with Jillian. Sometimes we get a couple a day and it's like, do you want
yeah,
this?
yeah, and usually like you look into them, like, occasionally I'll go and be like, oh, I've never heard of that one, and I'll look into it and be like,
Yeah.
it's nothing different.
Yeah.
Well, my friend had sent me a link to my CoolClass a couple of months ago, and I was like, and this is a really good friend too. This was not just,
Right.
and I ignored it. And a couple days later, she's like, "Did you ever check out that link?" And I'm like, "No, Jen, I did not." And she's like, "Go look at it." So
Right.
I looked at it, and the first thing that stuck out to me was that they give you personal time, like paid time off.
Right. I
And
heard
I
that.
was like, okay, this is worth looking into different. Like, this is worth looking into. You're not going to
Right.
get fines for cancellations. You're not, like, you can actually be the independent contractor and make and I'm like, okay, this is worth looking into. So I found out what ended up happening was there were a couple teachers that were working for these Chinese run ESL companies,
Hmm.
and they were just sick of it. They were
Yeah.
sick of the penalties, the fines, the you know once investors get involved, it's like, all of a sudden, if you have been with any of these companies for any amount of time, you see the more the company grows, the more restrictions they put on the teachers. Like,
Right.
VIP Kid just changed their pay scale last year, and that was a big thing for a lot of teachers because now they're losing money.
Right.
Palefish changed their pay scale, and they don't ever change it so that it's like very, like, outwardly you're getting paid less. They always do these sneaky things, like they change the pay structure so it's not like a, hey, you're now going from like $25 an hour down to $16 an hour. They don't
Right.
do it like that. They just kind of
Like
change.
pennies on the dollar that add up over time.
Yeah, they just changed, like Palefish changed their point system, for example. So something like this was really interesting, teacher run,
Right.
teacher controlled. I really didn't know anything about it. I knew that the teachers were still working for the other company, so the teachers that were starting it, so I wasn't sure, like, if I would be able to talk to them, if they would be willing to talk to me, but I sent them an email and I was like, listen, I have a YouTube channel. This is something that I'd like to talk about. Can you talk to me about it? And one of
Right.
the co-founders actually scheduled a Zoom meeting with me, and we sat there and we talked about it, and he
Right.
explained how the co-ops work. I think we spent an hour on the Zoom call, and he went through and explained everything to me, how it works, all of, like, the rules that they're putting in. It is now officially registered as a co-op in the UK.
Right.
What it is, and the UK has very strict rules as far as co-ops work. So it's not something where you're like, I'm going to like put my investment into this and I'm going to invest my time and energy and money into this company, and then they're going to take the money and run. They
Right.
can't do that. Like it's not a scam, because the way that it's set up through the UK, there are,
Very strict
things in
guidelines.
place, right? So basically what happens is, like in your typical other company, you have investors that are backing the company. You need money to get a company started. You need money for the company to grow. If you think that VIP Kid could have grown on their own without investors, it just couldn't happen.
Right.
When the investors take the money, or when the investors give the money, they take a percentage of the company shares, meaning that they now have control over where the company goes. That's where all these rules come into play. The company no longer has control over it. They may, I can't say for certain, but like Palefish, VIP Kid, Magic Ears, all these other companies, they might very well want to give teachers more money, but it's out of their hands because they've got so many investors and so many of their shares are gone. The investors don't care about the teachers. They don't care about the education. They put an investment in, they put their money somewhere. They want to see their money grow.
Right.
Now, the online teaching industry is expected. So it was expected, and let's see if I can get the numbers completely right here, but I think it was expected to grow to like $150 million by 2015. And now it's expected to grow, I believe it's $350 billion by 2025. They were right on with this is Forbes. They were right on with their predictions for 2015.
Wow.
And it's showing that we're going to be right there for 2025. Like, our growth is going to hit for the online teaching industry. It's just, it was meant to happen to begin with, because whenever technology comes into play, it doesn't go away. It just grows. Like, tech things grow. This is a tech thing.
Right.
And then with COVID, it kind of just gave it a fast track. Like, okay, now everybody sees the potential in it. Everybody sees how it's worthwhile. So it's not just a COVID thing happening. It was already expected to grow. It already has been growing. This is something that investors are going to want to put their money in. With a co-op, you become the investor. The teachers are the investors. Your money that they take, so like OutSchool takes 30%, my CoolClass takes 19%. Okay. That money, it goes into a pot. And part of it goes towards the company finances. Okay. Part of it goes towards your personal time off. And part of it part of it goes to just like anything that the company needs.
Right.
At the end of the year, and it probably won't be anything this year because it's so new, but at the end of the year, whatever's left over is shares, dividends, a paycheck. It doesn't like just go to investors,
right,
per se. It goes to the teachers, because you guys are the ones backing the company. So not only are you teaching, but you're investing and you're helping grow a company,
right,
and you get more control over it. So that's really what's the most exciting part. Okay, I'm going to use VIP Kid. I'm assuming most of your teachers, most of the people that are on your channel are probably VIP Kid teachers, right?
Yeah, or at least online teachers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, I guess in the chat, I can't see you, but in the chat, kind of just like raise your hand here and like let her know, like, what company you work for. Like,
I see Rebecca's here. Hey, Rebecca. She says she loves hearing how companies work behind the scenes. I see a few people here that haven't said hello. Feel free to say hi. Let us know you're here.
So that's the thing. That's the thing.
Right.
You get to know everything that happens behind the scene. Like, I'm the trainer. Once I start getting a paycheck, which I'm not yet, but once I start getting a paycheck and everything is in there,
right.
Then like, you guys are going to see how much I make as a trainer.
Right.
You're going to see how much the people on the board make. You're going to see how much the design team makes.
Right.
You get to know what the employees of the company make,
right.
what the teachers of the company make. You get to know where the money's going. It's everything is your part owner. You have knowledge to everything.
So there is no like referral bonus or anything, right? Or at least not now. We are not here to refer people or get referral bonuses. This is just something that Jillian was talking about on her channel. And I know teachers on this channel have been asking about all kinds of classes. So I wanted to make sure you all had some new information about my CoolClass. So This is not a referring thing. We are not looking to sign you up. But if you are wanting to look into it, they just go to the My CoolClass website, right?
Yeah, I will put, let me see. If I put something in the chat, they can't see it, right?
You can add it to the chat.
Okay.
If you don't have a blue wrench, I'll put you in, I'll just give you a blue wrench after, and then you should be able to.
Oh, okay. So I will afterwards, I'll put it in the chat, the link to apply to be a member. I don't think that it's like easy to find on the website right now because they just changed some things on the website.
So it's not as easy as just signing up for their newsletter then.
Oh, if you sign up for their newsletter, you probably will get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do have a direct link to the application as well, though.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'd love that. Rebecca says she's been a teacher for VIP Kid for 5 years, Go-Go Kid for 2 years, Bling ABC for 9 months, and Outschool for a year.
Oh my goodness, how do you have time?
She is such a star. She's got 2 little girls too.
How do you have time to do that? I work for just Outschool right now. I work like 20 hours a week for Outschool.
She was her baby. I'm just amazed by her. She would take like 30 minutes naps, and she had her Outschool classes scheduled for 30 minutes on each nap and stuff. I mean, like she's a beast. She's awesome. Beast is a good thing in my world.
You know what? I totally feel you on that one. Your baby must be really little.
She's almost 2 now. She's like 18, 19 months now.
Yeah, I started teaching when my daughter was 3 months, and she was nursing, and I did this, like I was working for VIP.
Her too, yeah.
Yep. And I scheduled her naps, and my breaks to correspond with when she woke up and had to eat and get changed everything. And it has put her on this is like off topic, but it has put her on such an awesome schedule that now it turns 7 o'clock and she's like, Mom, bed. Yeah. Everybody's like, how did you do that? And I'm like, I didn't sleep for like 6 months while I was working for a VIP Kid.
Right? Rebecca says, I love being a beast. Oh, good. I'm glad. It's like a really enduring term for me, you know? Yeah. So used to me getting off topic. So
yeah. So there will be no referral codes. Like I'm not going to get anything. They're only hiring 1,000 teachers. That's the other thing. They're not going to overhire. Okay. As the company grows and as the need for more teachers appears, they will open it up for more teachers. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to overhire. They're going to get their 1,000 teachers, whether I talk about it or not, whether you talk about it or not, they're going to get the 1,000 teachers. It's no skin off my back. If you apply, if you don't apply, I really honestly don't care. If it sounds like it's a fit for you, I want you to know about it though. That's where I stand, right. I'm not going to get anything for like, there's no monetary bonus. I agreed to do their training because, I feel that it's a good opportunity,
Yeah, definitely.
When they offered, I agreed to do their training, but
yeah,
I
I think it's great. Sorry if you can hear all the construction outside.
I cannot actually. I can't hear.
You can't? Oh, good. That's all I hear, and I'm always like, it's so loud.
Nope. Can't hear
Rebecca, she said she's got a 5-year-old and a 20-month-old. I started teaching ESL when my oldest daughter was, well, she didn't write daughter. I just knew it. 5 months old. I love that we have a schedule. Yeah, she's really good at scheduling that. So what are some other things people should know about this? One thing I found interesting, I don't know if you mentioned this, was that you get 1 vote as a teacher, right? If you're investing. No one can own more than 5% or something. See, I watched your videos. I know, but
well, it's not that no one can own more than 5%.
What is it?
You're not like, no one can own more than 5% of the shares, but it doesn't matter. Like, even if you own 5% of the shares, that doesn't mean you get 5% of the votes. So that's how that works. Like, all teachers are equal. And like, say like Bill Gates, I'm just going to say Bill Gates because he's the first one that comes to mind. Say Bill Gates comes in, he's probably the only one I know. I got like Bill Gates and Donald Trump. That's who I know for investors. Okay. So like Bill Gates comes in and he's like, hey, I want to invest into my CoolClass. Sure, go for it. You're not a teacher. You can invest. You get no more than 5% of the shares and you get 0 votes because you're not a teacher. Okay. So outside investors can come in and they can invest into the company, but they don't have any say. So when it comes down to it, you have employees that are shareholders, that are members, and then you have the teachers that are members. The majority of the people, so like your employees, those are like the graphic design team, the social media people,
Mhm.
the publicists, like those people that we have on our team. You guys may have seen them in their Zoom calls or on their Zoom meetings that have been open to everybody. You guys have probably met some of them, human resources people, all
Yeah.
those people. Those are like just the employees.
Mhm.
The rest of everybody is like the majority of people, they're going to be teachers. So the employees get a vote and the teachers get a vote. The teachers are obviously going to outweigh the employees.
Right.
And that means that when something comes forth, it's going to really favor what the employees want. So, it's not going to be, okay, well, we're going to give you a pay cut so we can make more money.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure that if my company, like if I had a company and I asked the teachers if they wanted a pay cut, that they're going to say, no,
Right? No thanks. Trying to
yeah,
quit that one.
yeah,
Rebecca, good question. She said, for my CoolClass, do you make your own classes?
yeah.
Can they
Okay.
be the same class as on OutSchool, or is there a non-compete clause?
There's no non-compete clause. Okay. You own your classes, just like with OutSchool, you own your classes. There's nothing in OutSchool. If it was different, so if you work for a platform where they say you cannot take your classes somewhere else, OutSchool doesn't have that, by the way.
Right.
But if they do, someone please tell me, because I have never seen it and I've looked.
I have not found it, and I have looked too,
Yeah, I'm
because
pretty
kids
sure
have.
OutSchool does not have that.
Yeah.
But if you worked for a company where you couldn't, so I don't think, like, I think if you have classes on Teachable, I don't think you're allowed to put them somewhere else.
Well, KidPass originally had a non-compete clause, as far as I know, but I messaged them and they said it's fine.
Okay. So if you own your class materials,
Mhm.
then you can take them wherever you want to.
Right.
And you can teach the same thing, on both if you want to. But it is important to know that there are 3 different ways to make money here. Okay. And that's I know that you're going to ask that, but I'm just going to jump
Go
in.
for it. I don't even have the questions pulled up. I figured you and I have good conversations anyway. I don't need them.
Okay. Yeah. And it's exciting to talk about, so I'm just going to ramble anyways.
Yeah, go for it.
So, the first way to make money is like your OutSchool classes. So you're going to teach your classes, and my CoolClass is going to take 19%. And again, that doesn't just go to them. Part of it comes back to you in personal time off, and then dividends if they have a surplus. But that's the first way. So it's like your OutSchool classes.
Right.
The second way to make money is it's going to be like your VIP Kid, your Magic Ear, your Palefish classes, the classes where it's already created curriculum. Now, this will not be out for a couple of months because they don't have the curriculum created.
Mhm.
That will be a set price that you will make. You don't get to set your own rates like you do for when you make your own classes. You're not going to set your own rates. You're going to, those are the My CoolClass official curriculum. And you're going to get paid what the prices are, what your
So you're
rates are.
getting paid to make their curriculum, to make content.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Right?
I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm talking about once it's all rolled out, the curriculum's already there. There are classes that you can teach. Then it's just going to be like pre-made curriculum like you're used to on like VIP Kid and Palefish and Magic Ears, like the
Okay.
slides, okay? But in order to get to that comes to the third way, which you were just talking about. In order to get to that point, you are going to have to make the curriculum. So, okay, I make my own curriculum. Like I'll make the curriculum. I'll work with the design team. I'll submit it, and I will. Then I'm going to be getting royalties every time that class is sold. So there's your third way to make money. But Pat over here, she doesn't want to make her own curriculum. She doesn't have to. It's not something that you have to do. So
Yeah.
those are 3 different ways that you can choose to, make money. Is creating classes, teaching the My Cool class, and then doing your own curriculum. The only thing that's going to be available right off the bat when students start coming in is making your own classes. So the teachers that are hired first in order to fill their hours, in order to stay a member and fill their hours, they should be prepared to make their own classes.
Okay, so like OutSchool.
Yes, like
You make your own classes like that, and you make your own pay for that one as well?
Yeah, you make your own pay for that one as well.
Are there minimum hours?
There are, I think it's 8 a week. I have to go back and look. I think it's 8 a week.
Right.
It's all in the member contract. Like once you apply, it's it's in the member contract.
Right.
Which I may or may not
But
have.
there are some minimum hours per week.
Yes, there are. Yeah, there are minimum hours. You can take vacations. Your PTO is based off of the hours that you work. So someone that's working, 40 hours a week is not going to have the same PTO as someone that's working the minimum 8 hours a week,
Right. Okay. You see my wheels are turning. I'm like still like trying to process all that. So, okay, so we keep using Outschool VIP Kid as examples. That's just because that's what we know here. So, for example, the first way is teaching like you do on Outschool. You make your own lesson, you make your own schedule.
Yes.
And it's a 24-hour clock, right? Because they're students all over the world.
Yes. And our platform works in China as well. I know a lot of people are concerned because Zoom does not work in China, but you actually don't have to choose. Zoom is an option, but there are different classroom styles and you get to choose the classroom that you want to enter.
Oh,
so
cool.
I will go into more on that on like in future tutorials that I'm doing on my channel to show you, but Zoom is actually not even the best option.
Okay.
Like,
so you don't have these. What's that?
We're used to Zoom, so like we're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But there are better options for classrooms than Zoom.
Right.
And we have access to, I believe, 4 of them in the classroom.
Oh, wow.
So you choose which classroom you want to open. One is really good for little kids. One is really good for adults. And, then you've got Zoom, and then you've got one that I think we don't have added yet, but we will. It's actually another co-op one. It's like a co-op version of Zoom, and co-ops try to support co-ops, instead of the big corporations. Co-ops always try to support other co-ops.
Okay. So. I was going to show them the web page. I guess we don't have to, but I like the way it's set up. It was really neat, and I like the pictures on there. Should we show it to them?
Yeah, go for it. I also put it's www.coop.mycoolclass.com/members, and I put it in the chat for you. I don't know if everybody else can see that, but
they can't see the Zoom chat, but I already copied it and put it in the other chat.
Okay.
In this YouTube chat.
Okay. Well, then if you're watching the replay, you just got it too.
Yeah, and I'll put it in the description box below for you as well.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm going to share my screen just because I like the look of their website because it's super cool. All right. Can you see it?
Yep.
Super cool, my CoolClass. All right. So I like all the pictures they have coming soon because it's not up yet, right? But teachers can apply, Jillian?
Yes, teachers can apply. They will not be accepting students until July 1st.
That's right. Okay. So you have the My Cool Kids and teens and adults. So you can pretty much teach whatever you like. And I really liked these pictures. I just thought it was so cute. It just shows the world, So the dog, everybody needs to see the puppy. So anyway, I just thought that was a cute little website.
Yeah, you can teach anything. And actually it is so open to things that, just for an example here, let's say my bird is chirping. I don't know if you can hear her.
I can hear. That's why I was smiling earlier. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, she's over there playing. I think she's like out of food or something. That's usually when she yells at me, is when she ate all her food. Yeah. It's like the dog coming to you with the dish, except mine squawks.
Right.
Yeah. So the other thing, what was I going to say? Rosie made me forget here.
I mentioned the website.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can teach you can teach anything that you want to teach, basically, within reason. Obviously, use your common sense. And you could teach multiple students at once, which for me, teaching one student at a time is not something I'm going to do, because I went from making $20 an hour to making $80 an hour. I'm not going back to making $20 an hour.
Right.
And nobody is paying me for one student to make $80 an hour.
Right.
So just teaching like one-on-one classes, that is something that I am just not interested in at this point in time. And if you are, that's fine. That's great. But nobody likes to take a pay cut, myself included. So unless it's like a really, really special, like,
circumstance.
Yeah, unless it's a special circumstance.
Yeah.
It's not my go-to thing.
Right.
So it is, you are able to take multiple student classes. That was my big thing because I was like, I have no interest in doing one-on-ones anymore.
Right.
But
Rebecca said fun bird and she put a little bird emoji.
it's a green cheek conure if anyone is familiar with them.
Cute. I Rebecca said 8 hours is a lot. I only work 10 hours a week on OutSchool. Are the teachers pretty booked on my CoolClass?
No,
Well, it hasn't started
teachers
yet.
aren't booked at all. There are no students right now.
Right. Not until July 1st.
Yeah, there are no students. So nobody is booked.
So
they're not going to be putting that hourly thing into effect like right away, because obviously, like, if the students have to roll in and they have to, it's going to be a snowball.
Right. So you
Right.
kind of have to open classes and slots for 8 hours, but not necessarily be booked
Let me,
later, or
you know what, before, like, keep talking about other stuff. I'm gonna look up the membership agreement before I actually say something like on a recording. Okay.
Rebecca's always got good questions. Rebecca, can you see the link that I put in the chat? I just want to make sure it worked.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you here right now. I'm just gonna I'll go through the membership agreement really quick. So you have to be over 18, never convicted of I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. So I'm gonna say SEGS, offense in any country. I don't think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube because I know.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah, it does that on TikTok. So any of those offenses,
yep.
You have to be clean background. Provide proof of your identity by having a passport or a government issued ID and a secondary form of ID, such as your license, employee ID, degree, whatever. Complete all required member profile data and keep updated with any changes. Be able to accept payment by one of the payment systems. This is cool too. So you can be paid by Wise, PayPal, Payoneer, or a bank account if you're in the UK. So I would personally, out of mine, I'm not familiar with Wise, but between Payoneer and PayPal, I would go with Payoneer personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
That's how Palfish pays. And actually, there is a referral link. I have them on my videos and I can throw it in here.
Sure.
Where after you make your first $1,000, you and I would both get, I think it's $100. I have a referral link for them. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, send it to me. We'll put it at the bottom.
Yeah, I think like with PayPal, if you're familiar with their transfer fees, they can be pretty hefty. And Payoneer, when I was working with Payoneer, I think that my transfer fees for my entire month paycheck would be about like $3 coming and going. Like,
I don't have any fees for PayPal.
well, you don't have any fees for PayPal because OutSchool's paying them. But
but I have other things that's not OutSchool. But
it depends. A lot of times they pay them. I'm not sure. I am assuming, and I can find out for sure, but I'm assuming that they will not be paying the PayPal fees because it's it's an investment thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I can double check and find out for sure. But if they're not paying the the PayPal fees, then Payoneer is probably your better bet. I'm not familiar with Wise. I'll have to look into those and make a new video.
We're giving her all kinds of video ideas today.
Subscribe to purchasing the minimum shareholding of 1 unit. So it's going to be like, I don't know. Your share is it's not a lot of money. It's I have to.
That's fine.
Hold on. The share. Let me just like.
The link works, but it is not hyperlinked. I had to copy and paste it. Interesting. I have no idea why it didn't.
Oh, maybe it's because I put a period at the bottom of it. Okay, so you have to subscribe. So you have to purchase the minimum share of, and when I bring it to US dollars, it's $1.41. So you have to buy a share of $1.41. I know that's hefty. I think you guys can handle it. Then you have to pay the onboarding fee. There is an onboarding fee that you have to pay within 7 days. Okay. That's between $5 and $25. To US dollars. So it depends on where you live. It'd be like $35 for an onboarding fee. And it will convert to a share after you complete the probationary period. each birthday you have to pay the membership fee, which is, so it'll be $35 a year that you pay to remain a member. And again, I know that we're not used to paying to teach. And I know that that probably sounds sketch to a lot of people. Like, I get it, but this is not a company. You're an investor. You're part owner of this.
Right.
You're contributing to it. This is a co-op. So it's a little bit different. It's a cooperative, and you're cooperatively doing things together to ensure the business's success. So it is a little bit different. There are going to be fees there that you are not used to paying for like other companies, but it is working a little bit differently than.
Right. And I guess, I mean, if you own a business or help run a business or anything, you'll know like fees for marketing and, all that advertising and everything are.
And yeah, and honestly, okay, let me be like completely honest here with you guys about this. As far as the shares go, I am excited about that. I'm excited about like, I'm not huge on investing things. Like, I have a money market account, which, thank you, COVID, is down to like 0.5% interest, and it's one of the highest ones. So that's awesome. Yeah. But like I'm not huge on investing. I'm not huge into like stocks and bonds and all of that. But something like this, where it's expected to grow to $350 billion in
Right.
like a couple of years, you're crazy if you don't jump on it. So like, that's one of my, like, I guarantee I'm going to have the max of the shares that I'm allowed to buy out of it.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen, because I would be crazy to not, if this is something that I'm putting into.
Right.
And that I know that I'm a part of its success too. Like, why not put your trust where it goes? So like, that is like, I'm excited about the share. Some people are like, ugh, I don't want to pay. I don't want to do it. Like, give them to me. I will give you, I will pay the $1.41 per share right now.
Right.
Here. Max out my shares, because who knows what they're going to be worth, in 5 years, when, the industry is like
Booming.
insane. And God knows where it's going to go after that,
Hey, Kelly, thanks for coming. Kelly.
So, okay. So, you're going to have let's see here. Generate a platform income of at least 100 UK dollars. Let me just change that.
100 pounds.
Yeah, to US dollars, 100. So $141. You have to make $141 a month. Okay. This is not going to be put in effect until next year, until January 1st of 2022. $141 a month. Like, I think you're good. Yeah, I think you're good here. That's not a lot. You have to submit your proof of qualifications. So you don't need a bachelor's degree. Like, you don't need a bachelor's degree, but you do have to have your TESOL or TOEFL certification.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to teach English, if you're going to teach a different language, like Spanish, they have their own version of TESOL and TOEFL, different languages have something similar to that. If you're going to teach guitar, obviously there's no qualifications that you need. If you're going to teach how to play the guitar, you just have to show that you're a good teacher,
Right.
In your first 90 days, you are going to have, I think it's like the first 50 hours, I believe. They will be popping in and reviewing your classes afterwards, just to make sure that you are presenting yourself the way that you should, especially with it being a new company, and you being a new teacher. And let's see, you have to have a minimum of 8 hours open per week on the schedule. Okay. This does not include your leave, holidays, and vacations. If you have a leave of absence for longer than 2 weeks, you contact your admin. So yes, you're going to get your own admin, like your own point of contact that you can actually talk to. And if the absence is longer than 30 days and you wish to remain in the marketplace, there's going to be a £25 monthly fee, unless it's considered like an exception. Like, okay, I got into a car accident and I'm bedridden. Please don't kick me off the platform.
Right.
I might look at it and say like, okay, well, like, we'll keep you here. Okay. Like, just get better. You know what I mean? Like, if there's like, circumstances.
Rebecca said, I wish we could have invested in VIP Kid back in 2016-17. Can you imagine?
Exactly. And
Yeah,
you can't. And you couldn't have, because I'm sure you don't have the money that you need to match the investors that did. But
right.
for this, not only do you get to invest, and again, I'm just going to reiterate this. Like, don't buy any extra shares if you don't want to buy any extra shares. But where can you buy a share? Where can you buy a share for $1.41? And I do believe they're not going to let you buy shares in ones. I think they're like shares in 10s or 20s once you buy
Mm,
your extra shares. But where can you buy a share, $1.41 per share, in a market that's expected to grow to $350 billion? Like, where can you do that?
right.
Again, I'm not in investing. So if you know, please let me know, because I'm all in that too. But like, like it's just something that like you can really get your fingers green, I guess. Get your toes wet in the invest. I don't know. Like, it's something that you're already doing teaching. You might as well, you know,
Yeah,
the investment money might as well come to us instead of the investors that are taking money away from us.
right.
Like, why should they benefit off of our hard work when they're taking everything away from us?
Just because they had money to start with.
Yeah, yeah. Let the little guys in on this. I'm all for it.
Right. I think it's a neat idea. It's a neat concept. I really like I already went to my cool class and signed up for the newsletter, but I didn't really know next steps or what to do after that.
So you're going to apply. Okay. So you're going to apply to be a teacher. Then you're going to make an intro video. Your intro video this is confusing to some people, but your intro video is your interview. Same thing. So when you're going there, whatever you make for your intro video, that's how the My Cool Class admin, the hiring team, they're going
Yeah.
to look at you and they're going to say, okay, they have good camera presence. They're professional. They're in a good environment. They're not sitting in like a hoarder's house off the set of the TV
At
show.
least not that you can see.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I'm not a hoarder. I'm not.
But like, they're like, okay, like this is somebody that I can see, like they have the basics I can see here.
Right.
I like what they're going to teach. Everything, everything matches. Like, they said that they're going to teach German, but they come in their intro video and they obviously can't speak German. Like, that's kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
But your intro video is just going to be for the students. You're not gearing it toward the hiring team. Just make it for the students. That counts as your interview. It's one less stop.
Right.
Your interview.
Nice.
That's your interview. So the hiring process doesn't get any easier. You do need a cover letter and a resume. And if you go to jillianshanahan.com, I actually, if you look in the header of my webpage, you can click there and you can sign up. I made a template. It's not like, it's not a template from my cool class. I was just like, let's just make it easier for people. I'll just make a template in case they want it, because I know a lot of people do not like making resumes and cover letters.
Right.
So I've got a template. You can just plug all of your information in to make it even easier, just so you can get to the good part.
Great.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Put them in the chat box. Or if you're watching the replay, team replay most of the day is here. Put your questions and comments below, and I will send them to Jillian, or she can check back here and see if you guys have questions as well. We will add to the description box. I will add the co-op and Jillian's website below. So I think that's it.
Oh, and on my YouTube channel, if you guys are interested in what it looks like, because that was something else that I did not like. When I went from VIP Kid to Palefish, I hated Palefish. I hated it. I hated the scheduling. I hated how it looks. When I went from Palefish to OutSchool, I hated it. I hated the scheduling. I hated how it looked. Like, I got used to it. So when I went from OutSchool starting on to my cool class, you can assume I hated it. It's going to take some getting used to if you're not like good with change like me and you want to just kind of see what it looks like. I do have a behind the scenes tutorial on my website or on my YouTube channel that shows where everything is and how it looks and everything.
Awesome. And you had other videos too. You had an introduction for my cool class, right? maybe what it's all about and things.
Yeah. I've done a couple of videos that go more in detail about my CoolClass and what it's
Right.
about.
And what's your channel called?
Just look up my name, Jillian Shanahan.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've spelled your last name wrong. I'm like, is it Shanahan or Shanahan?
You want to try my maiden name? You'll never
No.
find it's German.
Really? Well, I lived there for 10 years. I'd like to think I could get
Go for
close.
it. Plots.
Oh, Platz?
Nope.
Plots? Really?
Actually,
I lived in the Plots.
Ploits would be like the correct pronunciation.
Huh. OI?
Ploetz.
I've
Okay.
never seen that in Germany.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm getting divorced, but I'm keeping this name. Thank you for our wedding gift. I'm keeping this.
Right? Jillian, you're so funny. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you all next time.